Well, guys, today, like we were saying earlier, going some fun stuff starting today. I'm going to be laying down these, preparing these beds, and what I do each time, or you can see what I've got laid out here already. I've did these two beds already, but what I've got going on here is this will be my planting bed for my tomatoes, and I'm going to walk through with you right now how to prepare this bed. So just hang in there with me, let me get my equipment and get rolling with it. Step number one, I'll apply some 10-10-10 fertilizer. That's a good general fertilizer. And for this 30-foot row, I will apply one little small coffee can. I've measured it out, weighed it out, and that is 2 pounds. So I'll put that on this 30-foot row. So let me do that first. And timing is everything. Usually I'll run out before I get to the end, or I'll just put down way too much. Anyway, that's step one. Step number two, get the old dog bucket full of my homemade compost out of my compost bins, and this entire 5-gallon bucket will go on this one row. And I'll just use that same cup I did with fertilizer, scoop it out and just kind of sprinkle it down through here, and that'll give a nice covering for this bed. So that's step two. Okay, I don't know why my camera cut off. And I was fixing to do all that work, but I got all the compost put down. You can probably see it there. It's all spread out nice and neat, and that finishes up step number two. Step number three is I take my trusty little hand tiller right here, and I will mix all that up. And I'm not going to bore you with it, but I may make it entertaining for you. Well, all right then. Nothing to it. That's why I'm out of breath. But anyway, that's step three. And at this point, the bed is prepared. Now, the next thing I have to do is I'll put the black plastic down, or it's not black plastic. I'll have to put the woven weed fabric down. I had it in my storage shed. I've already got the holes cut in it for the tomatoes. And I'll be putting that down here in just a second. Whew. Step four. If I was getting out this woven weed fabric, and I've done that. Now what I do is just roll it down. I won't roll it, drag it. I'll worry about straightening it out in just a minute. I will first get it all out in this area. It's amazing without the wind how much more cooperative it is. So turn my back to you for a minute or two. And what I do is just start with this first end down here. And I'll get these weed fabrics put in place. Make sure I got enough overlap in each one of these walkways. And just kind of push it down in there and get it started. If your ground's broke up pretty good, ain't too much to it. And then I'll put one in the middle just for good measure. Now, I'll take 3 more of my stakes, landscape fabric stakes. These are about 6 inches long, galvanized steel. I'll go down to the other end and tack it down. And if you notice, like I said, I've got the wheat fabric. This is what I've been using now. This is my 3rd year, I think, 3rd year, maybe 4th. This is for tomatoes, so I've got the holes every 3 feet apart, right down the middle. Works out great. So I'll come down here at this end, pull it tight, shake it and wiggle it. You know how that is. Shaking and wiggling. I've seen some of you. Some of you, well, I won't say that. I'd get in trouble, wouldn't I? Okay. And just like that, both ends are down. And what I'll do now is come back, run down this side and run down that side and put a stake about every 4 feet. And you don't have to watch me do that, but that'll be the way to do it. And I'll come back to you when I'm done. Alrighty, well, now that we've got that piece of work done, I've got the total now. I've got the first 2 rows. You see the ones with the holes in it right here. That's the row. This will be a planting of corn. This one will be a planting of corn. And the one we just put down today will be my tomatoes. And the next thing I have to do with this tomato bed is put in my T-post. And then I'll have the cattle panels that I use as a trellis to run my tomatoes up on. So the next thing I'll do is put in the T-post and that, but this is the 2nd week of March. I won't be planting those until May. So I'm certainly got ahead of the game here, and I've got all of the rest of March and all of April to get the trellis put up, and it may take me all that time, I don't know. But right behind where I'm standing is another half of the garden. Looks just like this one. If you see my other videos, you know. But the next thing I have, bed I have right here will be next to the tomatoes will be my okra. And then the bed next to them will be flowers. I love flowers, and so do the pollinators. And then these 2 rows right here will be my purple hull peas. So I've got a good plan, and we're getting ready, and the time is fast approaching. So I'm ready. I'm ready. Y'all stick with me. All right, that wasn't a bad afternoon's worth of work. Doesn't take long, but it's just to get into it and getting everything prepared and dragged out what you need and getting all your tools gathered up. But I'm glad you joined me. And you know, as we start to go through and getting into the gardening season, there's going to be more and more things that's happening and more things we want to keep track of. So right now, my plan going forward the rest of this season till about October probably is the first week of each month. I'm going to do a video that'll be my update on all the things we're following up on. Like now we're trying to prepare the garden, but just last week I did was doing some propagating. We've got some stuff growing in there. I've got some seeds I've got started. So we're just trying to experiment with some things and see what we get going on. But I'll be following up with all of that stuff, like I said, on a monthly basis to see how we're doing and keep you where we're going with it. So but anyway, that's it, I think, for this video. And just stick in there with me, because like I said, it's getting to be the busy part of the season. and there'll be more and more things going on as we get things prepared to put crops in the ground, and then we'll go from there. It will get busy real quick, come about June. So anyway, I hope you stay in there with me. And by the way, my name's Don. If I forgot to tell you, I get so busy and caught up in all this, I do forget that a lot of the times. But if you're new here, I appreciate you joining me. And certainly if you're not following me, just subscribe, and I'd appreciate it if you keep up with it. And for the rest of you, thanks for coming in with me again. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourself.